watching
that it's okay to call names to the
president. If they're watching you try to storm me Dibal,
you might have an issue with the president, but also respect the president.
I don't respect him. I don't respect him.
I'm saying the office.
I don't.
You
go. Is this the ODM position?
Yes, that is the ODM position, because you are saying what you were saying earlier.
Hiya guys, back to our YouTube channel. Guys, mambo sio mazuri tena. Ukiona na kupostia ujue tu mambo tumejaribu kucollect na mambo yamechemka mahali. Guys, William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga wanajiharia wenyewe. Raila Odinga inamgharimu kuexit William Samoei Arap Ruto's government, ambayo pia walikuwa wanatuambia kwamba ni broad based, na wakaandikishana chini kwamba usifanye hii na hii na hii, then tutaendelea kuwa up to 2027. In fact, tutakusupport up to 2032. Huyo ni Raila Amolo Odinga.
I am truly a Christian person.
Now guys, usisahau ya kwamba Gen Z wakati ambapo walichukua ushukani ya kwanza kuandamana, walianzia kwa hii kifo ya Albert Ojwang. William Ruto akafikiria ni mchezo. Ikaingia tarehe 25th of June, mambo yakachemuka. Sabasaba day, mambo yakachemuka. And now, they are now planning to occupy member of parliaments their houses. Nono watu wangu, so sio rahisi watu wangu. Kitu ya kwanza, nataka tu twende step by step guys, ili tutambue nini kinaendelea kuchemuka hapa nchini Kenya. Kitu ya kwanza, ensure my like video, na nasema thanks kwa hiyo like yako. Kwa hivyo guys, point number 1. Kitu ya kwanza, William Ruto anajaribu kadri ya uwezo wake, anatumanisha his member of parliaments kwa TV kuclash na hawa opposition leaders, na kufika pale wanashindwa kudefend William Ruto. Nakwambia so nataka usikize kabando wa kabando and Senator Nyonga first of all attacking William Samoei Arap Ruto's member of parliament. Kitu sikiza mamo.
When the member of parliament comes, and I hope they are not going to interrupt because I have not interrupted. When he comes and says that before he came to the studio, he spoke to the Inspector General of Police, that can tell you a dangerous thing. That is how surrogacy and sycophancy is built, where there is no separation between the executive and the legislature. All right? That before you came to
facts.
You don't have to rebut everything. That before you came to the studio of TV47 to speak. Like now, I spent a lot of messages before coming here. I even put these things on my social media accounts, and he has also done that I have seen. So that you generate opinions from the citizenry, other people. But you are calling the Inspector General of Police to give you facts about police killings of innocent people. Let me go on.
No. I didn't say innocent people. So don't misquote me.
Excuse, it's me who is speaking.
Yeah, don't misquote.
Okay.
Don't misquote me. If you didn't hear it, clarify.
My friend, if you want to intervene, you can intervene, then I can continue because I don't want to exhibit. Go on.
I wish to intervene.
Okay.
It was wrong for him to say that the information that I got was about the people who were killed. I said the police officers who were harmed, and some of them are most of them are in hospitals.
Okay.
So I think that clarity is very important.
So let me proceed. Let me finish.
Secondly,
no, I have to finish.
And secondly,
I have to finish.
Point of information.
No.
Point of information.
Okay, information agreed.
Just as we are sitting here, what his responsibility is a member of parliament who is supposed to be taking care of the interests of the Kenyan public under legislation, oversight, and
representation.
Now, he is going to check on police who have been injured for the executive, and yet he should be telling us here today that the number of people who've been killed sincerely that I know, even from that IG himself, is this number. The number of police officers that have been killed are this, and the number of people
wait.
But
just be a second so that we go sequentially.
Can I proceed?
Proceed.
Can I proceed?
Can just finish? Then we shall get a rejoinder.
Yes.
Please. And then we give it.
And the Dibal, you know, we need to cover a larger space.
Yes.
The people who are fantasized, who are seduced and mesmerized by the lies, by the hypotony, by the fanaticism of William Ruto are shedding tears 24 hours. I can tell you, and I want you to look at me in the eye, our moderator, our host. that for those of us who knew Ruto, even as I sat with him for 3 lengthy hours, 2 times with my friend Kimani Ichung'wah, and another time with another person who is one of the most powerful people within the administration today. And even as I sat for 4 meetings with Rigathi Gachagua from my home county of Nyeri, and they declined to take the UDA ticket. For those of us who know him, like Cyrus Jirongo was the chairman of YK92. He has told us, it is on video, you can search it, how Ruto supplied 1,000 t-shirts for KANU by recycling, and he was paid for 10,000. Cyrus Jirongo, no. Right. Don't cut me. Cyrus Jirongo Dibala has said, he has witnessed in public, in Kakamega, and Ruto has never charged him. He has never even gone to court for seeking defamation.
Dibala, you cannot allow things that
Now, Cyrus Jirongo has said in TV, he has said on TV,
he's not here.
No, he's not here, but
not here. So
I'm the one who is repeating. No. And he said on TV, in a station like this one,
we'll give that
he has witnessed William Ruto struggling a young man in Kakamega to death. For us who know Ruto, there is no politician in Kenya who has had the highest number of corruption cases in court than William Ruto. William Ruto was a mistake. No, he is fidgeting. William Ruto, you cannot censor. I cannot be censored. I cannot be censored.
No.
William Ruto has been a mistake in the Republic of Kenya ab initio. Whether the MP from his area says so, William Ruto was a mistake from the beginning ab initio, and we are telling Kenyans the mobilization that is needed today is to terminate the leadership of William Ruto so that he can go to political oblivion. Ruto must go.
I want you to continue listening. But kabla usikize hapo guys, kabla uendelee kusikiza, it was very, very hot. Gladys Wanga amekuwa kwa TV today. Beatrice Elacha amekuwa kwa TV today. Na don't forget, Gladys Wanga pamoja na Raila Amolo Odinga walituficha kwamba upande wa Nyanza hatujakuwa na maandamano. So maandamano sio yetu. Wakati ambapo maandamano inakuwa yetu, Raila Odinga huwa anaongoza. So wakatuambia kwamba wao hawako kwa maandamano na hawana haja. So saizi wanatuambia kwamba wanataka dialogue. Why? Sikiza Gladys Wanga.
Dialogue is the way to go. Is this the ODM position?
Yes, that is the ODM position. Because you are saying, what you were saying earlier is, what do? We have now the MOU, but some of these things are still going on. The anger is still palpable. You know, that's why the party leader is saying, okay, come. You know, last year, that was his same position. He said, let's have a convention. Let's talk as a country. What are these issues again? But then, our position is, let people talk. Nothing cannot be resolved with people just airing their grievances.
People feel like talking hasn't gotten the country anywhere, or the talk leads to, it doesn't really...
Cooperation, handshake.
Exactly.
BBI.
So I think that's where people are struggling with the dialogue.
So what are the other options? Because is it this anarchy?
No.
So what else is there?
To implement the constitution.
So now if people feel like the constitution is not being implemented, then we should just say this conversation is in a structured manner. Which areas are most pressing? Then we agree, and it doesn't have to lead to anything. Even Baba is just a state. There's nothing more he wants. He's just saying, okay, the constitution isn't being implemented, Mariam. Which exact areas? Let's have this in a conversation. Because now I go online, I say implement this. Another person goes, says implement this, says implement that. So the things that we know, like stopping extrajudicial killings, the things that are already in the MOU, let's work on them to bring them to a stop. The things that we may not know about, let people also bring their views. And I agree with us having... talking has never killed anybody. Let people just talk. It has never killed us. But it is a better option than anger.
Even Raila Amolo Odinga mwenye asha realize ni kubaya. That's why anatumanisha huyo Gladys Wanga begging for dialogue, passing their informations that we can just have a dialogue. So we are na Beatrice Elacha, skiza.
You must think of how do you sit and have it. Then you will ask yourself another question. We want to have the right thing. There is no country, even in the US, that has ever run away from those who are there. You get together so that you take over. Because you can't, even when you are getting married,
okay.
There's a process in getting married, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So there's no way you'll tell me, no, we know the right thing, but we are there. No. You have to come.
All right.
If you don't want, if you feel, Baba is not the right person to be on the Baba is not saying he wants to be. He has done all the talks. Mm-hmm. In fact, everything we enjoy here today, when you hear some people even talking, I wonder, thank God he's there. Because there was a time people never even believed you need to do mandamano. Mm-hmm. And today they are the ones enjoying it. Thank God to Baba. Thank Raila Omolo Odinga.
Okay.
For making you to be there and showing you, you will need that space of Article 37. You will need space to sit down and talk, because you can't, if you hand over government today, will you do it in the cloud? No. Now is when you come and land down, and you need to watch how the Conservatives in the UK and Labour are now doing things, and you realize you need to have something, a framework to build up.
All right.
And that is why we are saying it does not matter whether it is the president. You can start it. The thing I would plead to the government, give the young people a space. Let them go anywhere, whether it is Bomas, let them be the ones.
All right.
Let them give us a document and say, these are the issues.
And they already did.
Which one?
I mean, let's go back to Finance Bill 2024.
No.
You came up with issues.
Exactly.
You said, this is what we are clamoring for.
And I'm saying,
this is what we want done. And the president momentarily, let me say, showed leadership. He sent home
now I want them to go somewhere.
Then, right now, we are back almost to pre-2024.
Let me finalize by telling you this.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Let's give our young leaders the opportunity. Mm-hmm. Let them sit somewhere.
Right.
Government to take that bill. Mm-hmm. Let them choose. They say they don't have a leader. Fine, we are not looking for a leader. We are looking, choose yourselves how you trust each other, but go sit and just come up with a framework. That framework is not for me. Mm-hmm. No. With my age, no. That framework is theirs.
Okay.
It says whoever takes over and wants to move with us, this is how we would want to see this structure. These are the issues.
Okay.
Corruption. We are saying we need a solution. The solution, I'll tell them, for corruption is for all of us. Start in your home. I hope some of them, their fathers.
So dialogue ya nini? Hao watu wamekuwa confused. Wamekuwa confused completely. Na walikuwa wanatuambia kwamba maandamano sio yao. So ni kwa nini wanaitanisha dialogue? No, watu wangu. And that's why nakwambia kwamba kando na hii mambo ya ICC inajaribu kutafuta venye wana drag William Ruto. Then jua tu William Ruto pia hako na wasiwasi kwamba asha lose. Raila Odinga asha realize ya kwamba even hakuna mtu anamtaka ama anaweza msupport. Even Nyanza wanaduficha tu story, but watu wa Nyanza pia wameamua kwamba tunakufa na Wakikuyu, sisi ni kitu kimoja. So William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga lazima wa exit. So guys, kuna huyu mwanadada anaitwa Brenda Kangai. Hiyo ni another story of the day. Anajaribu delivering bold message andoko pande wa Mount Kenya. And William Ruto lazima asikie hii information.
Asanteni sana kwa kunipatia hii nafasi. Na leo nataka kuongea kwa sababu ya issue ya Kawanjiru na Wanjiku Thiga. Ni vibaya sana Mr. William Samoei Ruto ushike mtoto wa mtu, mweke ndani, mseme yeye ni terrorist, walichoma police station, sijui wakafanya. And after kushika huyu mtu na crimes za on 25th last month, mumuzungushe apelekwe kotini. Museme atolewi na bond, bado mnafanya investigation. Akuje tena kotini, munyimane bond. After mumemutesa wiki karibia 2 zimemalizika, na ndio sasa mnakuja na mtoto wenyewe mnasema mmewa release without evidence, ati mmekosa evidence. Let me tell you, Mr. William Samoei Ruto, if you want peace with the youth of this country, stop fighting us. do what you promised the people of Kenya ukiwa juu ya gari. Unaona ile siku ulikuwa unaambia wewe mama mboga, wewe mtu wa boda, sijui wewe mtu wa mkokoteni, mimi nitakufanyia, nitafanya, nitakupeleka, nitakutengea, nilikutengea, nitakufanyia. Do those things that you told those people. Achana na vijana wa Kenya. Vijana wa Kenya wanataka kazi, umekataa kutupea kazi. Achana na sisi. Sisi tutasema ni one time. Unaenda nyumbani. Whatever you will do to us at this time, we don't care. Hata utuoshe mguu, unaenda home. Unless ukuje ubribe wazazi wetu, hata wao hatachagua na hiyo siku. We will hide the IDs. That day, we will make sure they will not go to vote. Hata ule mzazi atakuwa anaenda kuvote, atakuwa anajua kuzuri sana anaenda kusema one time nyumbani. Mzazi wa tuta hatafika kwa ballot. We will know the methods that will prevent them from going there. Because we don't want you. You are doing nothing to these people. To these people of this country, unatutesa. Sasa watoto wenyewe, Wanjiku alikufanyia nini? Ndio umweke ndani hizo siku zote. Umtese for nothing. Thinking that you are punishing Rigathi Gachagua. Unadhani vijana wameangalia Rigathi ama wameangalia vile umetesa vijana wenzao kwa ingiza ndani? Mimi kama youth, mwanachama wa chama cha DCP, I feel so bad when my fellow youths wameteswa, brutally tortured because of just standing firm and saying we are in DCP and our motto is one term. You can't change that. The only thing that you can change us from is doing what is right and what you promise the people of this country. Hakuna kitu ingine. There is nothing. And let me tell you, Mr. President, for so many days I've told you, you are surrounded by boys who tell you what you want to hear. Tafadhali, kama unataka kufanywa kazi vizuri, ajiri watu ambao wanakuambia mdosi, you are wrong.
Hapo usikize Gloria Oruoba, nominated senator. Nini kilimpeleka kotini? So anafaa kulipa 10.5 million Kenyan shillings. Sikiza kwanza.
I had to cut my meeting so that I can actually address this judgment. Jeremiah Nyegenye, the clerk of the Senate, took me to court on defamation claims. And in fact, this was the funny thing. The matter was brought to Parliament through him, because he's the one that pushed behind the scenes that it was brought to Parliament when I was absent. They discussed it in my absence. I responded when I was in New York through a video. He took the video, and that is the video that he took to say that he was defamed. Now, my claims are still on the table. I've written an official letter to Parliamentary Service Commission, to the chair of Parliamentary Service Commission, Mr. Wetangula, the Speaker of the National Assembly. They ignored my letter. I have complained within the powers that be in Senate, including to the Speaker. They have ignored all my complaints. I complained in the official WhatsApp group that, listen here, I think because I said I'm not going to sleep with this guy and I don't want to participate in his sexual advances, that is why I am being removed from certain trips and being removed from certain legislative agenda. My bills are being put at the back. That is why I'm being targeted with unlawful and all sorts of crazy things and shenanigans, such as 6 months suspension. That is why also, as you can see, they forced me to put in an apology, which Jeremiah Nyegenye, through that committee that prepared, added his name. And remember when I was telling you people that this guy is going to use this thing in court, he went and used it in court as a submission. Now, I am a believer of the judicial system, and I do believe that as much as there are many legal loopholes that criminals, rapists, murderers are using to win cases, I do believe in the judicial system. That is why I have placed an appeal. I am going to appeal this judgment that has come out. I've had people saying, oh, 10 million, oh, when it rains, it pours, I don't know what. The machinery that is even being used to push this narrative is the UDA machinery that is actually supporting people like Jeremiah Nyegenye to continue with these things that they are doing in Parliament. Every single person that has worked in Parliament or has had an interaction in Parliament will tell you there is sexual harassment in Parliament. They will tell you they don't speak about it because this is what happens to you when you speak about it. So, and I mean, we are living in the times where we have seen even politicians being put on platforms and being told to turn around so that we can see you're behind. This is a culture that somebody has to say no to. And I know that there's a price to pay to say no to that. And I'm willing and ready and capable to pay the price, because I was raised as a person who does not exchange sexual favors for whatever. That is not how my father raised me. And anyone who has been in my space knows, in fact, wanasema unajiringa, unajifanya, but that is not who I am. And there are many girls and many women who are finding themselves in compromising situations. You saw how Sabina Chenge, actually a woman of her stature and her age, just succumbed to turning around to show her behind, because that is how the powers that be force it. So I want to say this to Jeremiah Nyegenye and to the public that cares to listen. No one has investigated. No one has investigated. Ever since I put up and said, listen guys, this guy is punishing me for saying no, not one single independent body or person has investigated and found that indeed Jeremiah Nyegenye is innocent. The only thing you have to do, even beyond investigations, as the public, why is the Senate refusing to put public the travel reports? Let Kenyans see who has been traveling, how much they have been using in the travel, how frequent they travel, who they travel with, and what that means to the taxpayers. Because the moment they put out the travel report, you will see Jeremiah Nyegenye in a plane every day with someone and someone and someone. And those are people who are playing ball. You will see the leadership of the house in a plane to wherever constantly with certain people. You will see even the speaker of the house constantly in some travel with certain people. So that's the basic thing. So I know there's a price to be paid, but let me tell you something. I believe that God put me in parliament for a reason. And evil will never win. So I am appealing. That is my position. I'm appealing in what has happened. I know that he used the legal loophole and now he's pushing UDA party machinery and minions left, right and center to push a narrative. But Jeremiah Nyegenye, there's no single investigation that has cleared you of sexual harassment. And that is the fact. And the Senate has not carried out any investigation. Do not lie to Kenyans. And Kenyans, ask for the travel report so that you can see how your billions of Kenya shillings is being spent in exchange of sexual favors and trips. Yeah, that's what I have to say about this.
What I would like my brother to understand, and the people who are in government, is this. My brother, talk about those stadiums. In fact, you could have done a skyscraper which is 260 feet to the sky. But so long as you keep killing children around here, those things mean nothing to the Kenyan people. It doesn't matter. Hear me out. You could give every Kenyan a kilo of gold. But if the country does not believe in justice, fairness, equity, and make sure that we have a country that is cohesive, that is understanding, that is being managed with integrity and credibility. You see my brothers here, he's talking about that, now we finished Kasarani. My job, I will tell you as a senator, I want to know how much they spent. I can tell you the thing that is being built on Ngong Road that you are praising, which is supposed to be what? How much was it initially supposed to cost?
Has it been done?
How much was it initially meant to cost?
This back and forth conversation.
No. You see, when you say something, we must distinguish it whether it is propaganda or truth. And in this case, I'm saying that stadium was supposed to have been built by 1.6 billion shillings. Right now, we're at 7B. Tell me about that variation. Under the law, we're supposed to vary that at 20%. Now, number two, it's not finished. You can go to all the stadium he's talking about. You see, the issue with the KK government is, my brother, we say, tell us how much you are spending our money on and how you are spending it. You saw the other day what the Auditor General said. For 3 years, capitation money, 179 billion, can't be traced.
Going to Goscos.
Yes. So what we are saying, come here and praise the government, but please understand, some of us know more. Understand it better than maybe you do. That we are not saying that I listen to these arguments back and forth. People say, it's because you hate William Ruto. We've said here so many Kabando. We had so much hope with William. He has served 5 presidents. How can he make these mistakes? What is it? There is no single month that state money is not being stolen. Now it's becoming a normalcy where we take children and we are killing them. And it's normalized. And we are sitting here, we're talking about, we are doing wonderful. There's nothing wonderful you can do if there's no peace, justice, and fairness. We were supposed to have taken the children who've been killed and given them even a decent burial. We must talk about restitutive justice. These kids who have died, what have we done about them? Then you are assuming that our life is just going to move normally. We'll continue forgiving each other. We are destroying this country. Yes, we want to talk. Yes, we want to forgive each other. But first of all, when members of parliament want to legitimize and legalize CDF, they get 2/3 majority, they pass it on the floor of the House without a single what? Dissent.
But the buck stops with you as a Senate as well. Yeah.
And yet in reality, it has stopped at the Senate. We have said that thing is not passing. Because it's a con. What we are saying is very simple. If you want to talk to us, don't come and start asking 40 people from which village. Go to parliament and get these guys, Buana. Stop stealing money, tighten the corruption. Make sure you stop killing our children, give them restitution justice, compensation, increase the money, and make sure everything is done. Sit and tell us whether you are unable to manage our finances. Why? Money is not going to schools. The teachers are frustrated. We have CBC. Nobody knows what it stands for. Nobody knows whether we've left 844 and moved to where.
Right, thank
so
you.
we are saying these are people who claim to be educated. These are people who are supposed to manage government. If the government was running comfortably, why would I be sitting here talking about how the government is not doing anything?
Right, but see, I think from the point he's coming from is that we have to take the smooth with the rough as well.
Just like Dibal. Take what?
Dibal. Smooth with the rough.
With the which one? But everything has been rough for 3 years.
Let me also have a right to. Let me have a right to reply.
Okay. I borrowed 2 trillion.
Can I give him a right to reply? Then I come to you.
No problem. In some of these conversations, and I would like to encourage my senior senator to please come down on some of these discussions. It doesn't mean that you have to shout the loudest for us to be able to have this discussion. But let me say this. Let me say this, Dibal.
Yes.
The conversation was within the recent period, what has been the happenings, the good things that have been happening. You've seen what I'm talking about is what was in the news today, right? The figures that he's throwing about.
Fake news.
Talk about the fake news, it's up to you. What I'm talking about is today, Kasarani was actually being handed over. Actually, no, it's Nyayo Stadium. Nyayo Stadium was being handed over. Kasarani is being handed over. Those are the things that Attorney, the Office of the Auditor General will be able to handle. And
why can't you just announce?
You cannot come here and throw figures the way you want. Because who can validate the figures he's talking about?
No,
so let's not use emotions as a way of trying to
tell us how
stop
much
this conversation.
Our money is being used.
That is the work of the Auditor General, and there's a process that will be done.
But
there is a way to be done,
just
and
a moment.
come to Parliament.
Just a moment. Legislator, you should know.
But no, just a moment. But if we have figures that are being thrown as well, it will be nice also to have confirmable facts that you have, you table it and say, okay, this was 1.2 billion shillings of the Talanta Academy until 7 billion and it's still ongoing.
And that being done on Gong Road. The money has moved from 1.6 billion, which was 3 years ago. It is now at 9 billion. I can even go further and tell you who's doing that stadium, how the money has been shared.
Okay.
That's what
can you finish so that we can have a Kabbalah? Yes, please.
There are good things that the government is doing. You may want to say what you want to say, but those are facts. You can see them. I was not talking about the figures. I was saying the stadium is now done. It is historic. After 37 years, we now have an international stadium on the level of Kasarani. You can see how it's been done. We have 2 fields inside there that have been made. You can keep laughing. It's the truth. Those are the facts. And I was just encouraging that we now are going to be having the Chang, that I wanted to encourage all young Kenyans to be able to come and support, even as we are now being also considered for the AFCON. We are expecting between 200,000 to 300,000 visitors in our country. What is that going to mean in terms of the economy of our country? And many other things. What you're talking about is the recent time. You said, of the recent time, what are some of those things that
you did. Yeah.
And the very sensitive matter and the sensitive matter that we cannot let it go on the issue of children, that is saying that the government is killing children. That is far from the truth.
Okay.
It is far from the truth. So there is no government that will want to kill its own people.
Okay.
But I'm inclined to wonder as well, if we have the Kenya National Human Rights Commission giving the figures, as it were, that we had around 140.
What were the circumstances?
We've heard from the Ministry of Interior that it stands at 40. So why are we banning numbers, and yet it is the same commission that is churning out these numbers?
That is what we want to know, because probably the other one is
the same
civil society. You would expect that.
It's a constitutional body as well. So I thought there could be concurrence between the Interior and what Kenya National Human Rights Commission?
That is now something that probably it should come through Parliament. We bring both of those parties because Parliament is one of the only institutions that can call both of them. Can call the Ministry of Interior, they can call the Kenya Human Rights Commission and ask them, we want to understand where did you get the figures, where did you get the figures? They can be able to deduce that and then come up with the facts therein. But what I just wanted to say is that the Kenya Kwanza government is not in any way, and the president has been categorical all that time through. It's only the noises that come out there with the belief that this is a government that kills people. No, it's a government that wants people to succeed. And that's what I was talking about and talking about the last 2-3 weeks, what has been happening.
So what do you say about the pronouncement of a shoot to
Can you come here?
Yeah, if it's the government that
you are
really
giving
wants
Kenya
to protect
Kwanza
people, right?
to justify.
Yeah, just a moment. Yeah, what would you actually say about that?
The context.
What you're talking.
The context.
What you're actually saying.
Look at the context of the entire conversation. All right? There has been, as I mentioned to you, so many police officers, 635, actually, not to mention those who lost their life,
yes,
were injured. I got this in facts today before I came here from the IG, right? And nobody talks about them. These are facts.
And those figures
right?
are questionable. Those figures are questionable.
Yes.
As much as
now,
our police.
You may want to question because I have told you these are the figures that have come from the police.
But not from the Kenyan Human Rights Commission.
Mr. Dibal.
Or IPOA.
Right. That is why I'm
yeah, so don't go
even if it comes from IPOA, it does come from the police as well.
Don't go that route.
When you're talking about IPOA, you're talking about Kenya National Human Rights, the source will be
you can't give me the police numbers and don't give me what IPOA is saying.
Let's hear from
there is a reason why I'm geographically located in Emindo. On my right is a young member of parliament from Nandi Hills, who reminds me of my great friend and patriot, Alfred Keter, and I miss him dearly, who even within the Jubilee administration was bold enough to call the government of Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto to order face-to-face. Let me just exit on this point by having a little disagreement with my eminent elder brother.
That's good.
Mr. Onyonka. You know, when you say that people had a lot of hope and expectation on William Ruto, it is true there was a lot of hypothony. And people were very fantasized. They were mesmerized. They were seduced with the so-called hustler nation. People were mobilized. My own neighbors, Gechagi, some would pass me without greeting me. My immediate neighbors. Because I was seeing, being on the right side, I was like going against God. We hear people even in this studio saying, oh, I'm a born again. Go tell your God how you are born again.
Wait.
You know, about your religion, Kenya is not a theocracy. Keep your religion to your house, to your church, and let the Kenyan people.
It is not. It's not actually the.
You don't have to correct me.
No.
You don't correct me.
Well, I want to do a rebuttal.
You are supposed to host, not to correct me. Birongo was
but
not
you cannot make
correct.
allegations against persons who are not here.
I cannot just let you. Just a moment. I cannot
Right.
just let you.
Yes.
Because it will be also reductive of you if you really come and say.
Tell Ruto to go to court.
Yes, and you have all these
Kind of
these
statements
issues
also.
on social media. He is not really challenging.
He is trying to.
So we do not know whether it's the truth from, and that
It is me who has said it.
That is coming from Sarah's Chirongo, right? So I will not also allow you to be on the podium.
Then I don't need to come to
Thank
this
you very
studio.
much.
No.
Thank
If
you
you are
very
going to
much.
censor me
I'm
or
not censoring
suffocate
very
me,
much.
But
then
I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
need to come here.
Of course, we have to have decorum.
No. You cannot call killing decorum. You cannot call murder decorum. You cannot call theft and corruption decorum. I better never come to a studio where I'm going to be
is not
denied
right.
the volume and the space to state historic facts.
I'm not really.
Ruto is a thief.
I'm just saying.
And he's patronizing murder of children.
All right.
It is not right.
And his best friends are thieves
right.
and looters.
This is not right.
Ruto is a mistake and is a curse.
Hold your horses. Hold your
All
horses.
right.
Yeah. Let's
Don't
not
correct me.
No.
You give me.
Then they have the sweetener. That they
You don't
have
interrupt him.
The senator.
Dibal.
You don't interrupt him.
I've interrupted.
No.
But me, you interrupt.
No.
You are given enough time.
Don't take offense. Don't take offense.
Dibal.
In fact, in 2014, I was given an award for being the most progressive Wajiko legislator by Muzalendo.org, which is the leading oversight on Parliament today. 2014. I want to say that the things I have mentioned are things that are documented in the judiciary, are things that have been uttered by individuals close to somebody, and that statement has not been challenged by a single person. So it cannot be challenged in the studio. It is not malice. is not prejudiced. So people get fidgety. You can see, people get fidgety. We are not living in an ethnic fiefdom in Kenya. So I would say this. What we need in the country today, tell him to stop patting the table. What we need in this country, what we need, yes, we bully people with logic. We bully people with logic. We bully people with logic, rationality, and we are very unapologetic about the statements we make. So, what we need today is the accountability charter that our children, our youngsters have so much gallantly espoused. Accountability charter is about leadership ethics, integrity, accountability, bringing honor and respect to the office you hold. So if, Dibal, you have the singular infamy of having the highest number of corruption cases in the Republic of Kenya, and you have been a public officer, and those cases include mostly land grabbing, including during the post-election violence where Muteshi was displaced, where even a month ago, four police officers. Look, I'm talking as a Kenyan.
Let him finish.
I'm talking as a Kenyan. If you want to speak in vernacular, he can go to a vernacular station.
No, I don't like that kind of demeaning.
Does he have to like?
You cannot demean me like that.
Just.
Okay, let me talk.
Okay.
Let me say. I am not interfering with them.
Just a moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am like that.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
No.
Honorable Kabando, I think.
What I'm saying.
No. Just a moment.
Yes.
I think it is very reductive of you.
Yes.
Using very infelicitous remarks as well.
Right? Yes.
He's a horrible member of parliament.
Okay, honorable.
Elected. There are people who respect him.
So let me say. When you are physically,
we are here to have a very cogent discussion.
When you are physically tapping tables and becoming fidgety, you don't allow somebody to speak. Somebody will be agitated that you have other motives rather than national conversation.
All right, just finish.
So calm down. Let me say this.
Just finish. We take a break.
The ethics you are talking. No, don't go to break because Kabado is talking.
No.
I am going to eject to the liver. Napiga isidano mpaka kwa liver.
Oh, we need to take a short break.
This is the fear we have.
11 o'clock on the
No. What you do? Close the conversation, or don't call me because. Today, the Gen Z's, why he is terminating me in order for me to.
Can he finish?
It's okay.
Just let him finish.
Dibal. The regime has gone rogue. It has gone satanic. It is murderous and gluttonous to the extent that William Ruto epitomizes and exemplifies incorrigible merchant of impunity. And the surrogates are working under him, sycophants, are so intolerant of this truth be said. And I say, and I tell you, and I'll say it even in my dream, the greatest tragedy and curse in this country is William Ruto.
All right. Even if we take a short break, because I want to just say first of all,
allow him to
I will. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
What I'm saying is, as we take a short break, also he has his own frailties, he has his own idiosyncrasies, his own weaknesses as well, but he's still the president of his country.
Now you are talking.
No.
Stop defending him. You're supposed to moderate.
No. I'm not. Saying.
Those are facts.
He is a president by accident, by a curse.
I'm just saying. There's an office of a president.
No. As a moderator, you must listen to your panelists and stop making judgment.
Okay, we need to take a short break.
Yeah, otherwise,
I'm just saying.
Otherwise, we are going to think that this session is a proxy of Ruto.
No, wait.
No, I'm saying I'm the one who said it.
Yeah, but listen.
Yes.
If the children who are watching you,
yes,
and they hear,
they are happy.
No.
They are happy. They are inspired.
And they hear all these things tripping off your tongue about
and they see if they watch.
Allowing every evening.
If they are